Shalom, shalom, y'all, shalom. Hebrew Israelites, Tulsa Oklahoma. What's going on to cross up down by Babylon the Great? First things first, turn to the east. Give our praise glory to Yahweh, which in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue, its correct name is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you, sister brothers, living this truth, and shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Come today, y'all, to talk about the economics of Babylon the Great, which is in very, very dire straits at this point. You know, you got this war that's going on in the Middle East. Well, Salakia, you know, Elder Malcolm don't like that Middle East word. I was going to say Northern Africa. And Babylon the Great and their allies and everybody else is trading the money. Instead of using the petrodollar, they're using the Chinese yuan. So what does that mean for Babylon the Great? It's about to be broke in a minute, man. And you see the effects already happening. And biblical prophecy. I'm gonna start out this right here. This is James 5:1. Go to now, yea, rich man, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Verse 2. Your riches are corrupted and your garments moth-eaten. Verse 3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Yeah, he treasures together for the last days. Let's break that down, man. The rich man, all these Edomites that's rich, you know, your stockbrokers, your Wall Street guys, they got all their money in the stock market and bonds and things of that nature. They're going to get hit first because the stock market is going to be the first thing that's going to crash. And you know, you got a lot of Edomites. They got millions of dollars wrapped up in the stock market. They're going to feel it first. They're going to go from millionaires to zero. And what it, like I said, how for your miseries. Because right then they're going to start crying. Because a lot of the low guys, they don't see it coming. But your elites, like Warren Buffett, he been telling them, he been pulling his money out. See, they were smart. When you see a billionaire pulling his money out the stock, you better pull your money out the stock. Because he already got wind of what's about to go down. Now you got the low level, and like Akbayan said all the time, they got too much pride. They like, man, America always gonna make it. America gonna be good. So they still up there trade, buy, sell, you know, all that little stuff. Not paying attention to geopolitical issues. You know, you got Japan now, they dumping their U.S. treasuries. Russia said they about to dump their U.S. treasuries. And a lot of Middle Eastern countries, they dumping their U.S. treasuries. You know, the Arabs, Ishmael, Elam, they're dumping it. So that's the mix is gonna come up, man. They're gonna go from rich to broke. And you know, a lot of Edomites, they can't handle that. They been living that lifestyle, living deliciously off of Babylon the Great. And why? Because their riches are corrupted. All their riches that Esau got is based on the backs of Israelites. That's the whole currency, man. A lot of their money they got is off of slave money. You know, straight up these banks like J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, Chase, all their money came off of slavery.
That's a fact too. Because all you gotta do is do a quick research and just ask Google or the chat and just say how many countries that exist today made their money off of slavery. You know, they might say cattle slavery and so on and so forth, and it'll break down a whole list of countries, companies, Salakia, that still exist to this day that still basically made money off of the back of slavery, man. So you can't deny it. You know, you can't deny that, man.
And like the precept said, when you read, it said your gold and silver is canker. Gold and silver canker, that's going into the money. Right now, they don't use gold and silver anymore. They use cash. And right now, it's been liquidated. And what happened is the Trump administration is already prepared for the dollar to crash. That's why they put Trump in office, was to crash the dollar. He's the best at it. He's an expert. So what he did was he signed the Genius Act. The Genius Act put in cryptocurrency to the government. They call them stable coins because he knows the economy is about to be, you know, unstable. So once the dollar crashes, they'll just shift into them digital cryptocurrencies, the stable coins. You know, I think it's like 100 of them. I did a lesson on it, you know, to check my catalog, and they'll go into that. And that's just a baby step because the whole point of them crashing the dollar is to bring on the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which will be a digital currency, which will lead into the RFID technology, which is that microchip. You already got his buddy Elon Musk working on the Neuralink, getting the kinks out of it. They have a NFC chip that goes in your hand. I think that'll go for the poor people. And then the people that got a little money about them, they'll just get the one that goes in your head, which you feel in Revelation chapter 13. You know, a mark, what it say, their forehead or in their hand. I mean, we're real close to it. So I think this year or next year, the dollar will collapse. Let's put my spiritual 2 cents on it. We'll see if that happens. But right now, they're working on collapsing the dollar. This is a plan from the elites, the elite bankers. You know, this whole war, because who made this war happen was the small happens. You know, Netanyahu. He forced the Trump administration to go into that war based on the Island Man fight.
That goes into there's a documentary you can look up right now called All Wars Are Banking Wars, or you can go read a book called War is a Racket, and it'll break down why these banks make money off of war. Okay, and that pretty much going until your gold and silver is cankered is because it's pretty much blood money. You know, I think there's a movie called Blood Money. I got a quick pre-up. You got something up?
I just had a point. It's funny how Netanyahu baited out Babylon to go fight the wars, and then they just disappeared, or he just disappeared. Like, that's just so diabolical.
Yeah, that's that precept where it says the least of the flock shall draw them out. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's the prophecy that's been fulfilled. Like, all we doing is we telling you the prophecy that's been fulfilled. We're telling you what's playing out through the scriptures. All right, now one of the prophecies that's playing out through the scriptures is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 6. I'm gonna read it in the KJV, but I'm gonna read it in the NLT as well too. All right, it says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him?" When he's talking about none other than Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the elite banker. All right, and it says, "And a taunting proverbs against him, and say, woe unto him that increases that which is not his." And that goes to that increases what's not his. Every time you see these devils, they go around the whole world, they kill, and destroy. So that increase is not what is his. Okay? And it says, and that increase is not what is his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. When you go to that word thick clay, it goes into debt. All right? And then you look up the national debt for America, aka Babylon the Great, it's in the trillions. Okay? So that's what it's talking about. Woe unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay. It's talking about America, aka Babylon the Great. If you go to that word woe, it means great sorrow and distress. So that is coming to America, aka Babylon the Great. Okay. Now look what it says in the NLT. It said, "But soon their captive will taunt them." Notice how it said their captive will taunt them, which is talking about the Hebrew Israelites. We're taunting America, aka Babylon the Great. Yahweh told us to prophesy against them. We're prophesying your downfall, so therefore we're taunting them. Right? They will mock them, saying, "What sorrow awaits you, thieves?" And it says, "Now you will get what you deserve. You become rich by extortion, but how much longer can this go on?" And now we're getting ready to answer that question. How much longer? We know it's close. America, aka Babylon the Great, is on the brink of destruction. It's so close to where we're saying it can go down next year, or no, it ain't got no longer than 5 years. And that's just being nice. They probably got 3 years at the most, man.
Put it in that. But I like how you said he just laden with thick clay. America is so much in debt, and a lot of these countries usually buy the debt of America. But now these countries ain't buying them; they actually dumping dollars and dumping the debt of America, which is making the economy sink even faster. And that's what's making the dollar crash right now, and everything else. So hey, that just remind me of a precept in Ecclesiastes 10:8. It says, "Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches guided by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." And all America do is just go around stealing, killing, and lying to get their money, never getting nothing diplomatically. They always just go and take the shit. And now we're seeing the Lord taking everything from them and their economy and turning it upside down and giving it to everybody else, man. And it's also going to be to the elected nation of Israel at the end of this, man.
I might as well keep on reading it down because y'all done broke it down so much, man. I might as well go continue. This James 5:4. "Behold, the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your fields, which of you kept back by fraud, prior, and the cries of them which have reaped are into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth." So that right there shows right there, like we done cried. Jake, like we done built up good industries. You know, we had Black Wall Street all over, you know, thriving industries all over Babylon the Great. You look at Ishkar, they got thriving industries right now, Babylon the Great, that he's trying to get rid of. And Esau's doing what? He's trying to destroy Jake's industry, prop his up. His ain't standing because he's dumb. He ain't got no wisdom. It's falling down because nobody likes him. Esau's not a good businessman. He lives by the sword, the scriptures say. He just kills, steal, and destroy everywhere he go. He doesn't know how to do real good political business, real good economics. Like every Edomite is a bad businessman.
Even his paperwork is pretty much a form of a sword, because if you really think about how they destroying, you know, the many small businesses. Because what I noticed, what they're doing in Issachar, because a lot of Issachar right now have a lot of food trucks around, and so how Esau even destroying them is by taking away their license to sell food. You know, and that goes into Isaiah 10 and 1. Oh, to them that decree unrighteous decree. And that's the sword in itself.
All right, so you got to think about Black Wall Street. They supposed to pay $1 million to all survivors, never did.
Yep.
Says their money kept back by fraud. Right. So everything, that's what, like you said, the paperwork is really fraud. That's all Esau does, fraud all day long. And then you look at Edomites, they'll file bankruptcy or find some loophole to give some more money and really rob the system. That's what they do. And once one,
Rich got about to see.
and once one does it, you know, he'll tell his other buddies and cronies, and they'll all do it. And then they do tax evasion. They'll take Jake to jail for not, you know, paying his taxes. But Esau do tax evasion with billions and billions of dollars. The top billionaires don't even pay taxes. And they say, oh, we do tax breaks because we give out jobs. But yet you pay a very low wage, not a livable wage. And basically the system is it's a false balance. It's an abomination. Because the rich get rich and the poor get poor. So in a system like that, it's gonna collapse, it's gonna break. Because it's not sustainable. And, you know, they be thinking, well, I got a degree and I got this and that. But I'm like, fool, that's common sense. Like if the rich keep getting rich, poor get poor, that system is not, the money's not circulating. If the blood of your body doesn't circulate, what happens? Yeah. You die. Look, yeah, you die. You know, so Esau, he doesn't understand that. He's too gung-ho on greed and lust, and he doesn't care. You know, he's too up top. He don't care about the grinding. And so it's gonna happen. They're gonna be scratching their head like, why everybody's rebelling? Why are these riots? Why they up here banging on my fortress? Because the poor are gonna come for the rich, man.
That's why I said, woe to a covetous man. And that's Esau Edom. He's covetous. He wants everything and tries to horse it for itself. And then once you left to have and have nots, and you the have nots coming straight for you.
Common sense. You know, and like the scripture say, we would have healed Babylon, but Babylon is not healed. If Esau would just move out the way and let Jake apply their wisdom, their country would continue. The system continue. Because really, I like what this Eve said on TikTok, man. She made a very good point. The currency of Babylon the Great is Israel. It's Israelites. Really, we're the currency. Because our dollars keep it flowing. We're the ones who work real hard. We're the ones who make innovation, the inventions. Like we made America great. What makes America great is Yahshua. You got to point out.
Yeah, I'm saying when the Europeans came over here and they said they were looking for treasure, that treasure meant Israelites.
Yeah.
And that's not, and they knew the treasure was the Israelites too, because if you really think about it, they read the scriptures. So you know how the scriptures say that even Satan knows the Luke paraphrase, even Satan knows better than Daniel. Is wiser than Daniel. That goes into how Yahweh view us. He view us as precious metal, and that right there, right there. Right? So we definitely are the precious metal. We the apple of Yahweh.
We build nations, though.
Yeah.
So he was collapsing in Europe. You know, they're about to go in with the bubonic plague and all that. They're about to collapse in. Right. So Esau, like, I need some Israelites. And at that point, you know, we had scattered, you know, especially North Israel. They got away from Esau during the Assyrian invasion. So what did Esau do? Like, man, you ain't getting away, you know. So he got his little boats. And then Jake, when they sailed, I noticed they lost the knowledge of Yahweh Shah. So when they lost the knowledge of what? Who their enemy is. So Esau came in, they feeding them and treating them good, brought them in. What did Esau do? Like Esau knew who we were. He came with the knife, going to slavery, build my kingdom up. You know what I'm saying? Here we are. You know, and this devil's been living good for the past 1,000 years. And now we're at the point where he done did it so much where he got his foot on Yahshua's neck. He won't let up to where we can't do what we need to do to make the system, thrive. Because the greed is done took over. And a big point of that, look at Donald Trump. He's the face of greed. He's the face of white collar crime. I don't have to go. All you got to do is look at Donald Trump. They represent every corporate Edomite. That's what they do. Fraud, tax evasion, cooking the books. Where they say cooking the books, stealing people's pensions, what they call it, hedge fund accounts,
Right.
stealing people's hedge funds, union busting. They want to make it where can't nobody eat, but they eat. And they're a small group. So that means the whole system can't thrive. And y'all should rather be trying to do stuff, come with inventions, trying to make a way, give good food out, but he's all in the way, messing everything up. And that shows his money is cankered. Why? Because you messed up your most valuable resource, which is Yahshua. And now, what he gonna do now, he's so angry and upset, he like, you know what? I just unalive him because I lost my kingdom. So that shows this devil has no wisdom. If he was smart and see, like you said it earlier before we started camp, it's pride. Because this devil just stepped to the side and let Yahshua do their thing, like, we'll heal Babylon. It's an easy fix. It's not hard. It's just you're dumb. And you wicked, you in the way. That's why can't nothing thrive, man. He choking it out. And he's so dumb, he won't unleash his grip. He's like, no, I'm gonna choke harder.
The cancer of the earth.
God. He's like, I'm gonna spread more cancer. And that's like that ain't sufficient. That's not how you make life thrive. So at this point, we like, hey, us in the truth, let Yahshua do his thing. Like now the point is, let this devil fall, let him break his own system, and then get ready to rebuild off the backs of these devils when Yahshua go ahead and smash them out.
Hey, you broke down this whole precept right here. This is Ecclesiastes, aka Shabbat, chapter 10. We start at verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a brutal man is well ordered. In verse 2, and it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of the man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And you broke that down right there. So the same people that's in rulership that commit fraud, guess what? All of his officers, all of his business owners, they're going to turn around and do the same thing. And this is why you see that happening on a large scale. This is why you see when Akbar earlier, they know how to evade taxes. They ain't paid taxes in years. Well, the rulers does the same thing. They don't pay taxes. They don't pay, tributary to their own system. And this is why, as the preacher said, what manner of the man the ruler of the city is, such as all they do where they're in. All right. And then reading on in verse 3, an unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Okay, there's a difference about it. Okay, an unwise king destroys his people. That lines up perfect with Proverbs 29:2.
I got that. That's the bag.
Hey,
this is when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
and there you go. So now you got people that's mourning at the state of how Babylon is. They complaining about rent. They complaining about the gas. They complaining that a lot of people complaining that they can't get hired after they've been fired from the job. So what did they tell you? They give you the point of who's in authority. The people is mourning right now. That's what it's showing right there, man.
I like the point where in that precept earlier it says the matter of the ruler of the city is so to people. Hey, that's why so much wickedness, man. Esau, Edom is over there in rulership and causing everything like skyrocketing inflation and hyperinflation. Nobody got money no more. Now everybody is wicked and running around and it's upticks in crimes and shit, especially in Edomite areas. I saw a video of Edomite talking about. I seen this this dude come and rob somebody and go on a high-speed chase. They caught him, and then 2 days later, I get the car jacked, and that's all in the Edomite area, man. So that just lets you know, hey, what matter the ruler are, which is Esau, Edom, a wicked-ass Donald Trump and his cabinet, and all the people up under him. Hey, the people gonna be wicked too.
Man, that's beautiful too, Arthur. You really think about it. You know how he talking about, oh, I just seen this guy get robbed and he got carjacked. What did the rulers do? All they do is rob, steal, kill, and destroy.
It's all because it's unrighteous ruler, and he's sucking up all the money from her. And now the people over here they got nothing to lose.
Right.
And when someone has nothing to lose, what they do, they lose it.
Look at San Francisco. They're looking like tent city. They used to be a very prestigious place. I heard San Diego looking bad. Even here in our place, Tulsa, Oklahoma, you go to like 15th and Lewis. They're supposed to be like a predominantly rich area. They're selling their houses. They Walgreens on 15th and Lewis, you can't even use the restroom in there no more. They got porta potties on the outside because all the drug keep.
Hey, the crazy thing is, not only is they got the porta potties, they got the motherfucking box. You got to go in there and ask for the key. That's how bad it is.
And that's that's supposed to be like the rich area of Tulsa, Oklahoma, man, where the rich Edomites is at.
You think there was a guy that overdosed in the quick trip bathroom?
Over there, up Memorial.
Yeah, I think it was like off of 169.
Yeah,
fentanyl overdoses all over these bathrooms.
That one was a minimum of a $250,000 houses out there. That's how much of that worked over there.
And then you look at 51st Memorial. That used to be where the rich Edomites is at. You know, prestigious place. And then when I roll by there now, you see drugged out Edomites all down the block, man, looking like Skid Row. Which shows, and then like when we go to the camp, you got all these restaurants closing down. What is that? Domino's,
Popeyes, a lot of them. A lot of different fast food places and restaurants are closing down. And millions of thousands here, 1,000 there, 10,000 there. That's a hell of job losses. That's revenue going down. A lot of people ain't gonna be working. There's no money coming in. Like it's all bad, man. It's because Esau eating the food.
And even some of the CVS is just shutting down too. Cause there's a CVS where people go pick up their prescription right on 21st and Harvard. That one shut down. And you got quite a bit more. So
Walgreens closing down.
Yeah, Walgreens and CVS, both of them. You know, I get both of them mixed up, but yeah, both of them. Yeah, they shutting down as well too. And so,
look, people can't get their meds.
Yeah,
they've been on meds. That's gonna lead to chaos right there. So we're looking at sedition based on the woes, the economic woes of this place. You know, if a person can't get no money, you know, because you need money to eat in Babylon the Great, and they starving, can't eat, they're gonna, like I said earlier, the have not gonna go at the have. They're gonna go at the ones so they can eat. So crime is about to skyrocket in Babylon the Great. I got a civil war gonna pick up too. Go ahead.
I want preach out the baggy. This is really what you're seeing here in Babylon the Great. And Judah deal with this for the longest, but now you're seeing everybody dealing with this. This is Haggai 1, and I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways." Verse 6, it says, "Ye have sown much, but brought in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but..."
Oh no, you got it. Fire. You got it.
"Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe, but there are no warmth." It says, "And he that entered the wages to put it in a bag with holes." And that's exactly what it is, man. Like you put, like every time you get a paycheck and you put it in your pocket, it's like you put money in the pocket and you got holes in it. And so like as soon as you go back to your pocket, you ain't got shit left in there because it's getting drained out. Because Esau, he done been hyperinflated everything. Your rent is going up, food went up, gas went up, shit, everything, man.
Dollar's at its weakest and everything's at its highest.
Exactly. That's that inflation. Yeah. So now we're at inflation right now. What's gonna happen is gonna kick into hyperinflation as these other countries dump their U.S. treasuries and dump out. They quit using the petrodollar and start using the yuan. It's gonna make the dollar zero out. You're gonna see a loaf of bread go to like $30 for one loaf of bread. At that point, that's society collapse. If gas go up to $20 a gallon, that's society collapse. Then it's gonna be. Then he gonna need them ICE agents and UN troops to try to keep, some type of stability. And I don't see it, man. Babylon Great full of guns. That's when them guns gonna come out, and everybody gonna be fighting. That's when that second edge of 15 gonna really pop into play, man. And all these people that's been these JTs, old Gucci J, I got a college degree. I'm educated. You gonna see that stuff don't mean nothing no more. Only your faith and your how about your child is gonna be sufficient. You even gonna see preppers go through it. Like, God dang, my stuff is dwindling low. I ain't got it no more. Even they gonna struggle. Because we try to tell everybody, oh, it's only one way to beat this, man. The Lord gonna have to like come on your behalf.
Your job ain't gonna do it. It just tell you. It just said he that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes in it, man. It's just gonna seep out. Shit, everything's gonna just skyrocket. So when your loaf of bread is $100 and shit, a bottle of water is $50, and hey, you through.
Nah, that's done right there, man. Society is at the point it's gonna straight up collapse, and then Esau gonna come in like a superhero. I got it, y'all. Calm down, because it's gonna be a lot of unalive during that event, and then he gonna come in like a superhero with the MOTB, or universal basic income, and then people gonna be the shock. It's gonna be so strong, people gonna panic when he come in with that MOTB. They gonna run to go get it, man.
The dollar gonna be so worthless. You gonna see motherfuckers burning money to stay warm. Man, put it in the pound. You see them on like them apocalyptic movies, but you don't see that in real life.
That's what they did in Venezuela when they hyperinflated. When Babylon hyperinflated their economy, they were burning. They were making they were selling their money for food. Like they would make like wallets, shirts out of the money. It was worthless. They would throw it out in the streets. It was worthless.
That's coming to Babylon Great. The dollar about to break. You want to throw hundreds out there? You might as well let your little kid draw on that. It's gonna go back to what it is. It's paper. Useless paper.
And what that preacher said, he said you came in with nothing. And Haggai, we did the Haggai 5. Did it say you come in with nothing on that part too?
I just said he that earneth wages to put it in the bag with holes.
I thought it was a part of the preacher when he said when you came in with nothing, but you have everything. It looks fair, right? Okay.
I know it's a preacher that do say that, though.
Okay, yeah,
that's the mindset we should be in.
Yeah.
Because this place about to go, man. It's gonna be that witch knowledge and understanding stability at times, man. We can't panic because these people in the world gonna panic. Because they still, you look at Jake, man. You just look at the Houston rodeo. They still out there in the spirit of mirth, the spirit of Bacchus. Just out here acting a fool. So when the dollar collapses, it's gonna come like a sucker punch to them. They're not paying attention to what's going on, and that's when he gonna come in. Oh, I got it, man. Here you go. We're gonna do this, do that. They're gonna bring out the smart cities, which is basically concentration camps. You can go in there and be safe. Like Esau gonna come with that peace and safety, and then they gonna think that they saving their life, but really they losing their life. Because once you get the MOTB, you done with your how about y'all shot.
I got that peace and safety.
Go ahead, bring it out, huh?
1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them, as travailing upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Ooh, it's such travail as a man with a woman with child, man. Which means they're gonna give a hit with the pregnancy pains, man. Real bad pain. And like I said, right now, the Trump administration talking about peace and safety right now. Like, give us some money, we got it, we on top of it, we're gonna have peace. But us and those like, nah, man, destruction is coming. This dude really done destroyed Babylon the Great. That's what his administration did in 1 year. This dude had destroyed the whole economic stability of Babylon the Great.
It's funny they named it stable coin, like peace and safety, like it's stable. But
pay attention to Trump, he's over there saying we're winning this war. We're winning this war. That brings peace to your mind as well too.
And I seen because the Edomites in my job are saying that they even when I went to the doctor's office, the doctor was saying that they talked about he started to put himself in a cognitive dissonance. He's saying like, oh no, we're knocking the drones out. We got a strong military, we're destroying the drones. We got plenty of rockets and ammunition. We can get it. So I know that Esau is in a mindset that they went into war because, like you said, Trump told them that.
It just shows how dumb the average Babylonian is, man. Here in America, aka Babylon the Great, man. That's why it's gonna be so easy for them to get swept into that MOTV. Because once they tell them something, they just gonna look at Fox News and be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good thing," instead of really doing the research and looking. So that just lets you know that these people are through out here. They cook, man. If you believe everything this nigga saying, he lied about everything. That just shows how dumb you are, man.
God, and your average Edomite is very, very dumb. I'm talking about very dumb. I just hear them talk, and I be listening to them. They're like a bunch of dumb rednecks, and they're even dumber than they was. I want to say 20 years ago. They are peak level stupidity, idiocracy. That's Esau right now. But that's why I can't. It hurts It'll give me a headache if I listen to them talk for too long. I'm like, God dang, dude, you 5 years old. Because I don't like Ox said, all they do is peddle what they hear on Fox News. And that stuff is like easily fact checked. And they stay there, man. They call it a happy place.
Yeah.
These don't put them in a happy place.
I was listening to some somebody over there talking about, man, I'm 35 years old. My back and leg hurt. I can't wait till Elon Musk's brain chip come out, and maybe he can give me a new leg, and I can, I'm like, God, these motherfuckers, they just willingly going for it.
Transhumanism, they'll go for it, man. And it's sad. A lot of Jakes will too. But they falling behind Esau. So that's how we know this place is cooked, man. And how, like, one thing of Babylonia is they're governed by money. If you want to piss off a Babylonian, mess with their money. Or if you want to mess with their stability, their security, mess with their money. Everything else cool, but the money, that's how you get their attention. And now the elites know that. So right now they brought in Trump. Go ahead and do what you do best, bankrupt it. That's what he's known for. That's why I look at the Edomite, you're dumb. You already know what Donald Trump gonna do. He's an expert at collapsing business. An idiot. You're an idiot.
How many times he done went bankrupt, man?
They say 6, but I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
They say officially 6, but I'm like, this dude been doing this since the 80s. So I think it's more than that. Because everything he do, I notice he failed. His college failed. All his products failed. Everything Donald Trump does fails. The only thing I've seen him do that kind of has success was his TV show. And that's easy. All you got to do is get oily and suck up to the elites to have a TV show. So they don't go into business. But everything he did, all his business ventures always fail. Everything. His books, everything that he does to touch his shirts, his hats. Only thing that don't work for him lately is his presidential campaign. That's because he's banking on Esau's stupidity. He even said it himself. He said smart people don't like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said, I love the uneducated.
Right.
So he just taking advantage of that stupidity. And I think somebody said this is the most money he ever made in his lifetime. And it's basically just based on the backs of Babylonians being dumb. And I think he'll still find a way to lose all this money. That's why he still got to listen to what Netanyahu say. Elon Musk say. If Trump gets some money, like this dude is known for fumbling the bag. So if he do get a bag, he gonna fumble it. And then he gotta go suck up. That's why he keeps selling Babylon the Great out. Because he'll get the bag, mess it up. Oh, Putin, help me out. Netanyahu, help me out. I done messed up my $200 billion. I done fumbled this $2 billion.
That's why it was like the best person to put in the office for the crash of the dollar, man. The crash of the economy was Trump. Because he fumbles everything.
Everything he get, he fumble. I'm like, God dang, dude, they just gave you $5 billion. You turn around, you know he broke. He fumbled it. And I'm like, how you fumble that?
You wouldn't even be surprised when you fumble this because you like, damn, he did fumble everything. And then then you're gonna feel stupid because I don't want to vote them in there and shit.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be mad because they show they're dumb. I'll say that. Like if you're a Trump supporter, you're dumb. I don't have to do no in-depth analysis. I don't need to holler at AI, none of that. Based on your voting decision. Because when you vote, that's you giving somebody permission to do what they're about to do to you. That lets me know you're dumb. That's why, and I say it too, because I don't want them to be, you know, they're trying to tuck their stuff in, they making stuff in. So I'll try to act like I'm a Trump supporter, like, hey man, you vote for Donald Trump? Ain't he doing good? And they be like, yeah, I voted for Donald Trump. And I just give them that look like, okay, you an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to come like I'm against them, because then they're going to lie and say they didn't vote. But we know you did. And everything, like I said, like DeWar said earlier, man, this dude bankrupt the casino. That shows he has no business acumen, period. Because they bring you the money at the casino. All you got to do at the casino is make sure your security is on point and count your money because they bring you the money. So how do you bankrupt a casino?
That'd be some laundering scheme or something.
It was. It was. You know? And Herbert shut it down. That's what he does. Everything he do is laundry. Money laundry. That's what they do. Is like a mob boss, man. Everything he do. And then he still lose money. He still don't come up like, you know, the Northern Tribe do doing their little mafia and cartel stuff. He get the money and he still fumbling some more. So it don't matter what he do. He always gonna lose money.
Asking for an additional $200 billion.
God.
Right. So yeah,
And he gonna fumble that. That's why Congress like, nah, bro. They trying to cut his water off. He like, nah, keep it coming. Because I'm going to break this system all the way out. You ain't going to have nothing. And some of these must like, they started to like wake up from their delusion. Like, hold up, man. If we keep letting this dude continue to do what he's doing, we ain't gonna have nothing. This dude, he already sold our children's future out. The future gone.
All the smartest of the Edomites who's in this cabinet are jumping ship right now.
God, like, man, I'm not rolling with this no more. I'm not gonna be attached to this shit show. You're not gonna look up and have my name attached to history. I'm the one who won Babylon the Great America.
That's all the young Edomites, the younger Edomites, like all like the ones that are getting out of school and college. They don't want like they know that they have no future. Like,
God.
And then that's why they're always like in their car, like making rants about Trump, about the economy.
What they said, we got to get their keepers of the house.
I got that.
You got it. Bring it out. That's the spirit. It's right on point.
Let's see. This about Ecclesiastes 12:3.
The ones that keep the house dark, they look at their window be dark. They bring it out. That's on point.
Ecclesiastes 12:3 says, "In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the strong man shall bow himself. The grinding shall cease because it is few. And those that look out the windows will be dark."
Woo, it ain't those looking at the window be dark. They go to what the word said right there. You look at the window, see dark, that mean no future. It said what it said, the grinders shall cease. That's happening now. What we talking about earlier, the workers and everybody losing their jobs. You got Walmart talking about they losing money. Most of that stuff come from where? China.
Read the fourth verse. It says, "And the door shall be shut in the streets." All the store closes.
God. The elder called it retail apocalypse.
When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Daughters of music have been brought up. Music is trash right now because nobody's in a good space to make good music because everybody's struggling financially. So they don't have just to make some good music, be creative, you have to have a space for that. We don't have that no more. Why? Because the money is real low. Everybody's struggling. The music business been losing money. They putting pressure on them. They can't make no good music, man. They under pressure. They on drugs.
All they making is like harlot music and whole music, and that ain't even doing good.
Real music. Yeah, they ain't working on
even these chicks. They're like, I'm tired of hearing about somebody shaking pussy and ass, man. Make some real music, and that's bad if Eve's saying that.
And the harlotry, that's also a sign of like black society's black.
Because they ain't got no job, so they go into the first profession with to sell that box, and then they having trouble selling the box because the dudes ain't got no money to buy the box.
Right. No, the dudes want to put up with the women, because they were the Western society manipulated and fucked their head up.
And nobody wants to marry a harlot. So they hold the whole. Look, the whole economy doing bad. Hey, it's a crack. When the whole economy doing bad, I heard strippers complaining. Ain't nobody giving money to the strippers. When the whole economy is bad, that means the economy is bad. Period. There's no extra money. There's no liquid assets. There's no disposable income. You need disposable income to buy a box. You ain't got now. I gotta buy some food. Either get some box or some food. Dude, I gotta buy some food.
I mean, it used to be $20 to buy some box. Now, shit, all you need is like a beer.
Hey, a hamburger. Hey, that's third world country stuff right there. I heard about dudes going overseas giving chicks some chicken to get some. And now that's Babylon the Great status, man. So that's how we know that the economy is trash, it's over with. We're loving it because what does that mean? That means the so-called white man Esau is on his way out because the system is his system, but he lacks intelligence to keep it running good right now. So therefore, he gonna feel the crash the harder because y'all don't need the system, especially if you got your house by your child in your life. We don't need the system. Esau, even so-called white man, he needs the system. Otherwise, he's not going to make it because the Lord doesn't care about Esau, even so-called white man, because he hates him, according to Romans 9:13. So this is Esau, Edom's end. If you look at that second Ezra 6 and 9, this is the end of Esau's kingdom. And then we're cool about it because our kingdom is coming next. So we don't care. Go collect like, hey, man, go ahead and spaz out, you damn devil.
I got one in the bag. This is Ecclesiastes 25:7. He says, "There be 9 things which I judge in my heart to be happy. In the 10th I will utter with my tongue. In the 10th I will utter with my tongue." And it says, "A man that lived to see the man that has the joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies." Okay.
You hear that? Hey, love to see the fall of the enemy. That's what we're seeing right now. We're saying Esau struggle, man. Esau on the ground. Hey, Esau flopping like a fish right now. And I'm laughing my popcorn out because I'm like, these are easy fixes. These are very simple, easy fixes, but your lack of wisdom and your hatred for Yahshua is making it to where you don't care. You're just gonna keep doing stupid stuff and keep moving forward. And we like, it's like watching a drunk driver on a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? You see him going into that wall. And we like, hey, let him slam into that wall. And that's what he's about to do. And when he's bleeding out, we're not gonna call 911 or none of that. We're gonna sit there, watch that devil bleed out. And then, you know, we're gonna build up off of this dead body. You know, because Yahushua is about to crash Esau. Because Yahushua is making Esau do all these dumb moves based on his pride. He just going about it. I gotta do that. We like, okay, man, go ahead, you little funky devil. So we over prayed up. We're in the house of David. Yeah, we in that house, man. We got us a little lemonade, we kick back, and we getting ready to rule next. We got next. So it's like we unlike the 2/3, we ain't like trying to help Esau out. Like, don't crash it. We don't care about Babylon the Great America. We like let it fall down. It needs to. Like I said, we up here eating GMO food. All the women are harlots, the women are defiled, everything's defiled. So why continue and try to fight to stay in something that's defiled? No, man, we ready for the cleanness to come. So we like, let this place pass. We praying for it to crash harder and faster. Like, it can't go fast enough. We over here groaning to the Lord. Like, man, I'm sick of this place, man. You can't mess with no woman because she's so defiled. You can't hardly, you gotta be circumspect, watch where you're going. You got all these females everywhere, smoking fentanyl and meth.
Can't eat no food that ain't already defiled with fucked up shit in it.
God.
Can't grow nothing because they all GMO seeds.
God.
Even the
Breathe
trees,
the earth because there's chemtrails everywhere.
God.
trees right now, like all of the trees right now, they supposed to have leaves at this particular time right now.
Struggling.
Yeah, they struggling to have green leaves right now.
Water, you drink the fluoride and goddamn Clorox and all kind of shit. Metal.
God. And like I said, your good points actually got made because all the chemtrails in the earth, that chemical rain down. And that's why the tree, everything is struggling, man. And you can see it in the animal. They see it in nature. Nature's struggling. Why? Because of the disease. It's called Esau Edom.
It's a precept that said whenever you get took down, the trees will rejoice.
And we can see that. Yeah.
See a tree happy and singing and shit and moving around waving, and that'll be crazy then. And that
Animals.
that lets you know, like, animal will come up to you right now, like, man, I can't wait for y'all to rule. You know, like, I done had a hummingbird just fly in my face and was like, damn, yeah, I can't wait, man. And then took off.
That's the spirit. I had a squirrel that came up to me one time, like literally.
Look, as we say this.
Oh yeah.
They keep trailing the shit out of us.
Yeah, as we say, look, as we speak, this
Two
guy
of
was
them.
putting chemicals in the earth.
Two of them. There's one down there.
I see.
Yeah.
Look, he's
it's
starting
three.
up too.
Three of them.
Yeah,
That's the third one right there.
yeah. That's it, see? You know what I'm saying? We telling what's going on, man. These devils doing way too much, man. That devil, they loaded his brain up. God damn. So we can't, and then that's why the weather getting all manipulated. I think it's gonna be cold. What is that? Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna go back cold, and we seeing why, because of what he just spraying in the sky. Weather manipulation. So that's why Esau gotta go, man. That way everything can do what it need to do. 'Cause, I mean, this is not living. It's about to get way worse. That's what we're telling everybody, brace for impact, because we all about to be impacted by the situation. You know, but we got the Lord behind us, so we're gonna be all right.
I got a quick one that's gonna further drive the point home. This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 18, and it says, "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophet, and to the saints, and them that fear the name, Yahweh small and great, should have destroyed them which destroyed the earth." And that's what we're talking about. Yahweh is going to give us that rain, he's going to give us that power to destroy them which destroyed the earth. We got to talk about the chemtrails and all of these things that's happening because they're destroying the earth right now. Nothing can grow here, all right? It's hard to grow crops. People are starving in this society. You got veterans that's supposed to be fed, and they're out there living as bums on the street. You know, Yahweh said that you're supposed to take care of your veterans, But they don't even do that. Everything that these devils do, they do opposite of what the Lord says to do in the scripture, right? But at the same time, they say in God we trust. The hypocrisy of these devils. Okay?
And to add to your point, now they're doing the better. They're trying to call them back to go fight.
Man.
They're trying to go fight. They say it's really going to turn up when they call for that military drive.
Right.
That's when I think y'all trying to go like, oh shoot. They gonna, everything on social media gonna pick up. And they're trying to get information and see what's going on. That's when they gonna like, oh, this is serious. And then I think a lot of Jake's gonna go get unalive, man. Yeah. They're gonna go snatch up YNs.
Like they're doing in Ukraine.
They're
gonna get that bad. Ukraine, they just snatch it, put them in vans and up to the front line.
I seen a picture of a Ukraine soldier that finally made it home. And they showed a picture of him where before, where he was looking pretty healthy and everything. And then they showed a picture of him after. He looked like one of those, those commercials where they showed him African baby with skin and bone. That's how he looked. That's how bad it was, man. That's why the Lord is going to destroy those, will destroy the earth, because not only do they destroy the animals, the plant, and everything around them, but they destroy their people. All right. And so it's another preacher what we constantly been breaking down. Through this whole time we kind of been breaking it down. So I'm gonna read this Ecclesiastes 10:3 again, and it says, "An unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited." Verse 4, it said, "The power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, Yahweh Shai." This is why we say we got Yahweh Shai on our side, because he's the one that's fully in control. All right. So it said the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, Yahweh. In due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. And who is that one that is profitable? Profitable is Yahweh Shai, who the world is God Jesus Christ. He's going to be the one that's going to turn this world upside right. All right. He's going to get rid of all of the wickedness, and he's going to be in a righteous kingdom right here on earth, man.
All right. I'm going to break a precept time too. Kind of get back on Esau, man, and show them where the error of their ways. Let's stay back in James chapter 5 and 5 says, "Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and have been one time. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter." Verse 6, "Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you." And who represents the just? That's the children of Israel, Yahshua. And they don't resist. The 2/3 do whatever Esau say do. They do not resist Esau. Esau kick him in the butt. Talk bad about them, take advantage, steal their money. Instead, we need to love them, especially them plantation Christians. You better love your enemy. We need to love the white man. That's why 2/3 Jakes get on my nerves, man. I can talk about Esau and they be something wrong with you. There's hatred in your heart. Have love in your heart. I'm going to smack fire out their butts. But it said, "Y'all have lived in pleasure on earth," and it goes into Esau, man. Esau been in his heaven. He been living good. Even your working class Edom might been living good based on the white privilege they got. They ain't been going through stuff Jake been going through. They ain't been going through structure we go through. I think that right there, that contrast is going to be the big deciding factor, or another factor on when the stuff get bad. Because Jake is used to struggle. We used to dealing with hard times. Esau not. So when this event hit off, Esau gonna go through it real hard because he been living deliciously.
Man, they're gonna be complaining like Cain. This curse is more than I can bear.
Especially when that dollar goes to zero. Especially when that dollar crashes. That's gonna, they're gonna unalive themselves, their families, their dogs, everyone they see.
But they ain't used to that. Jake is used to hard times. Like, we went through slavery, chattel slavery. So if I estimated to that, we can make it through a hard time, a hard economic crash. Jacob finds a way. Esau just gonna panic and wig out. Like I said right there, if he got a gun and you around him at that time, you in danger. Because if he'll give it to his family, who are you? So it's gonna be a lot of bloodshed based on that dollar being zeroed out. Just because they can't take the pressure. What is it? Pressure bust pipes. Esau, he's not a diamond. He not gonna. He can't take the pressure. They used to wig out just losing their job, and unless gonna be a lot of job losses coming pretty soon, man, the dollar belly up. Walmart said they're gonna belly up. Walmart CEO said that they not doing good right now. I'm hearing reports on TikTok that China is about to start cutting off trade to Babylon the Great. They're gonna quit trading with Babylon the Great.
And everything comes from China.
Exactly. So just with that move,
China and Japan. And Japan ain't even fucking with Babylon the Great no more. They fucking with China.
God. Everybody into China, I noticed they're the main key component in BRICS. Everybody, Russia, everybody, the digital you want is gonna be how they keep their stuff afloat. But we do know through the scriptures and know through prophecy that China, they on board with the small hatters plan too. So it ain't like an escape like China's righteous or something like that. No, they on board too. It's all a big elaborate plan to make the whole world do the MOTB. Them top Chinese dudes, those are Edomites. Those are terrorists. That's how Esau running. So we're not saying like China's righteous. You know, China's going to be used to clean up Esau. Yeah. But they're going to get mad too. When it's all said and done, China, because they all in cahoots right now. When China look up, because Esau always renege on their deals. So when they all got their plan going, MOTB and all that, and they do the percentages, Esau be like, yeah, I got the biggest percentage. Hey, Moab going to feel some type of way. Like, I did all the work. What do you mean you got the biggest percentage? I'm the one wrapped all this up. What? Hypersonic, man. Hypersonic.
What did he say probably a couple months ago? We've been here 5,000 some years. We're gonna be here long before America, after America.
And they don't realize that they're gonna have a judgment that's coming their way too. Not only is these so-called white men gonna get it, but them Moab, they're gonna get it too.
Yeah, I'm trying to wipe the whole flow with all the
and y'all just gonna get preached up down right here. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 in verse 1, and it said, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia! Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria! Gird up yourself with clothes of sack, and hair bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." And there you go right there. And those are, and that just named the different heathens right here. It said, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon," that's America, and Asia, that's Moab, the Chinese, and it won't be unto thee, Egypt and Syria, which is pretty much America, and then the Russians. All right, the Russians are gonna be thrown into this destruction that America, Yahweh Yahweh got set up for them as well too.
Yeah, nobody might.
Yeah, oh, he might. God.
Nobody getting the path from the Lord, man. Everybody gonna have to get their judgment.
God. And it's gonna be the ICBMs. It's gonna be launched because they all gonna. Right now, they got a coalition going on right now. But in a minute, you know, it's an uneasy alliance. They're gonna start fighting each other. Really, they're gonna start fighting Yahweh Shah. When they say they're gonna call it like an alien invasion. Right. They're gonna like, oh, we gotta click together. We gotta stop. You know, the Son of Man is coming. You know, the Savior of Yahshua is coming.
They call it war in heaven right there in the scripture. They call it war in heaven.
Everybody get this in Revelation. They're gonna try to make war with the Lamb.
Yeah.
And he's gonna overcome them because he's Lord of Lord, King of Kings. You know, Lucifer praising. But what's gonna kick everything off is gonna be that dollar crash. Why? Because Babylon the Great has always been known as the what's that, tender and delicate? Go ahead and get it.
This is Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O daughter of sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no more throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for there shall no more be called tender and delicate."
So now she losing that right now. You're not tender and delicate no more. Other countries finding workarounds. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over there. And it's like the petrodollar is the US, it's the reserve currency of the whole world. Everybody's economy is attached to that petrodollar. So if you don't realize when that dollar crash, they're gonna get the Titanic, everybody gonna go down with it.
That's even going that right there, that no more called tender and delicate, that even trickles down to the least of the Edomite, man. Cause like that's why you're seeing them crash out, because they were used to being put up on a pedestal. Everybody saying they the best and this and that. Now people are pointing at the regular Edomite like, nigga, you the problem too, nigga. There's no people. And now we seeing these niggas big out, which ain't handling it and shit.
Now they got that white privilege.
Yeah, they don't got that throne, man. They don't got that opposition no more.
They're not the standard anymore. They used to be the standard for beauty, the standard for intelligence, the standard for being civilized, all of that.
Business.
Yeah. The standard for being civilized went out the window. They done made the world.
Shithole.
Yeah. But I like the part where you say tender, because another way of saying money is saying legal tender.
That's a big point. So right. They done lost that tender. Their reserve currency is about to be up out of here. They're going with somebody other country's currency, the yuan, because everybody's looking at China as superpower, number one. The world's not looking at Babylon the Great to carry the torch. Like Ox said, that precept, they throne is gone. Sit in and what did it say? Sit in the dust on daughter of Chaldean. So the witchcraft ain't working no more. Because that's how they did everything, man, based on the sword and witchcraft, deception and doing their little spells on people.
The dust goes into sit in the dust. That goes into confusion. That's why Babylon the Great, they don't know what to do right now. They confused. They don't. Their wisdom is gone. It says no, there's no wisdom in teaching. Hey, that's them right now, man. They're confused. They don't know what's going on. That's why they're making dumb decisions, and everything they're doing is actually shooting themselves. Making it look even worse.
Especially now that the top dog done left, not Netanyahu, wherever he at, he not giving Trump orders anymore. So now we're seeing Trump flying blind, and he's worse than what he was before. Like, this dude's a bigger idiot than I thought.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna have to read the rest of this now and then. It says, take the millstone, grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. The point, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. And now we seeing Trump over here running shit, and we looking dumb as hell. Now he's looking shameful. His shame shall be his shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Ooh, that's our Lord Savior right there, man. About to come get that was work. No, y'all got an Akim?
I got that precept, what they call it, going into that war in heaven. Going to war in heaven, it says, Revelation chapter 12, verse 3, and it says, there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having seven heads, and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. All right, and they're going into America and its allies. All right, and that all together they called a red dragon. All right, and it's in verse 4, and it said his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered to devour her child as soon as it was born. All right, and it said, and she brought forth the man child, which is talking about Yahweh Shai. All right, and who was to rule all the nations with the rod of iron, and her child was caught unto Yahweh and into his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of Yahweh, that should be her there 1,234 days. In verse 7 is the point. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought his angel, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. And that's pretty much breaking down their whole destruction of America, aka Babylon the Great. Their whole infrastructure, all of their allies, they're going to fight up against the Yahweh Shai, and they're going to prevail not. And that's why it said the dragon was. That's why it said their place found anymore in heaven, meaning that they are no longer going to be at the top. That's what happened represent.
Revelation 17 and 12, kind of going to the EU about to hate Babylon the Great. We already seen the intention happen now. Revelation 17 and 12. And the 10 horns without sounds are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. Verse 13, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Verse 14, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. Be as Lord of Lords, King of Kings, and they that are with them are called and chosen and faithful. So that back up what Ox said right there, man. The Lamb, which goes into Yahweh Shai, the Redeemer, he's going to overcome all these other kingdoms, man. The EU, Moab, Esau, Ishmael, Elon, all of them, man. The Lord about to wipe the floor with all of them, man. He's going to set up y'all stronger to rule next, because we're supposed to rule, because we're the people that have the lost commandments, written in us.
Every one of them heathens that had a covenant with each other against Yasharala, where he's saying, what is that, Psalms 83?
Yeah,
the Lord gonna destroy them, man. Confederacy. Yeah, Luke paraphrase it. Thank you. The water. And hey, that just let you know who the Lord is gonna have a target with. Esau, he's gonna be in the main target. So nobody is gonna escape the judgment of the Lord. How about Shimei Shah? Not even these other people. And China always be the one. "Oh, we got next. After Esau goes down, no, it's Yasharala got next.
Right. Got next, man. Next to rule. Moab and Esau gonna blow each other up. You know, they're gonna fight each other. Cause like you can't make no good deals with Esau. Esau is a snake, a serpent. That's good to say. He'll always stab you in the back. And all that Esau doing right now is let China do all the heavy lifting for the MOTB system. China's really spearheading that technology, getting everything in place. They're the leaders of it. Esau just kind of like being a supervisor. He's not putting in no work because he can't put in work. He can't keep his kingdom upheld anymore. He don't mess his economy up. So all he did was tell them the plan, and he let them do the work. And then when it gets set up, he gonna try to come in like, yeah, see what I did? And Moab gonna feel some type of way about that. Like, nah, man, I did this. We gonna run it next. He saw like, nah, you little TPI dude. You thought you had, no, you don't, boy. Let me tell you something. I'll shoot everybody up. You know, and they gonna bang, man. And in the midst of that, y'all shot gonna show up, and they like, man, we need to fight. We gotta fight this power. This technology is something that we can't even comprehend. Like these chariots phasing in out of reality. You know what I'm saying? Chariots can teleport, move at lightning speed. No man-made technology is on par with Yahweh Shah about to bring, and it's gonna scare them. You know, and they all about to get whooped, and we waiting on that. We cheering for that, and we ready to rule next because that's who got it. They say we got a military. That's why we not over here tripping and scared. And what we gonna do? We not doing none of that. We like, man, I'm about to come to the military and wipe the floor with these goddamn heathen, man.
Our military called the Lord of Hosts.
Exactly.
It was a precept, like it was a story in the scriptures where the Lord allowed one of the prophets to see the chariots in the sky, and he was like, "For people more with us than it is for them." Then he looked up and there was a hell of chariots in the sky. And I was like, damn, that's our army right there, man. Spiritually.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I guess the book of Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1, and it said, "Then I turned and lift up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. And then verse 3, and he said, Then said he unto me, This is the curses that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stone thereof.
I like that. Deep, man. It's all deep, man. He's going all over the earth. He ordered up to himself. The Lord said that, man, the church, man, it's just going to be Esau. So with that being said, why should we be worried and be panicking and all of this stuff? You know, you got Isaiah 65th chapter telling the Lord said, my servant's going to eat. That's why we serve the Lord, man. We're not worried about an economic crash. We want it to crash. It needs to crash. So we're ready for what comes after that, man. We're not worried about how we're going to eat and drink. I be hearing worldly Jake say that, like, well, you in America too? How you going to make it? I'm like, man, the Lord going to provide, man. And we believe that. You got to have faith on that. And that's why we serve the Lord. They be like, why you go out there week in, week out and do all this, that? Like, I got people in my family, like, they don't understand why we do what we do. Hey, and I'm up for telling them.
Hey, one of them family members you talk about had a nerve to say, I think you and my worship the devil. You told me that.
They told you that.
They literally told me that. I said, yeah, okay.
A lost cause. Yeah. And then my thing, to say something like that with all this activity going on, right, displays your ignorance at a very high level. Like, Lord, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't say, they don't say stuff like that to me. I cut them down. I'm like, no, you worship the devil. The white man's the devil. That's you. Suck up to that devil. You're going to go down with him. And I'll break up points to bring out, back up my statement.
These Christians worship a slave in the kingdom.
They worship secret worship. They said, they ain't looked that up. They worship white Jesus.
They
You
don't
worship the devil. I don't. You do.
and they don't realize that their policy opens up the door for all kinds of people to come in. But the Lord said not to do that. You're not supposed to let everybody not supposed to be met for this to be sitting at this righteous table. You know? And so when they allow people to come into their buildings where the Lord is not to dwell in, you got people in there that be performing witchcraft and all kinds of people come into the door. And that's why it's so wicked when you go into the church.
Look, oh, yeah, that's the whole thing about the church, right? And the churches, let me go back to my point. They worship the devil. Caesar Borgia white Jesus, that's the devil, man. But that shows you how broke down Jake is. You know, they on the floor with the stuff. This devil's kingdom being destroyed, and they over here talking about you worship the devil. See, wait till let the dollar crash. Then they gonna find out. I'm gonna have some food and some drinks, still be, making it. They over there struggling. That's when they gonna be begging for. Because you spread a little bit of that food, that I'm gonna say, hell no, family or not. You talk noise. You said I was worshiping the devil. No, I'm gonna let your stomach touch your back, and they're gonna think that's evil. No, it's not. You're unworthy to be a part of this. Based on what it say, every idle word you're gonna have to answer for. They have to answer for that, man. And it shows you, like, I told you my family's real dumb. I told you that. So
there's another preacher that said, I will mock when your fear comes. I will laugh at your commandment.
I'm gonna laugh at them. I'm about to laugh at all my people. Because that's when they gonna a lot of brothers making lessons talking about get ready for them calls, phone calls. They gonna come to us like, what's going on? What happened? When that dollar crash, Hakim, they gonna be running to us trying to figure out what it is. And I'm like, bro, you see the signs of that happening now. It's the time to get your act together, repent, and seek the Lord. But y'all people, they doubling down on wickedness. We see that. Houston Rodeo. We see that with our family. They still trying to hang on to a decaying kingdom that's getting ready to collapse.
I'm trying to use like figurative language. It's like in the Titanic, where the ship was sinking, they were playing the music. You know what I'm saying? Why you playing music?
Right. Still playing the band like somebody listening while everybody running around panicking and stuff like that. Well, that's how their economy is.
Esau did that to keep them from panicking.
Right.
He did that so they'll go down with it easy. And we see they doing that now with their media. It's the same thing. Like I said, it's the same situation, and it's working. Based on that little testimony, man, it's working. They like, y'all, they calling us fools concerning the Lord. But we're gonna see who the fool is in the dollar collapse, And our faith is booming. We gonna realize everything we done prophesied about, read about is happening right now. So we already know how this about to play out. And you can vividly see it. The Lord, like the preacher brother earlier, like the Lord done made Esau bare and naked. You can see him. You can see where he's going. It's very, very visible. So we like, hey man, we about to stay locked in with the Lord, stand in the spirit of repentance. And we're gonna hope that we're part of the hopeful elect. Part of the hopeful elect, you good, man. You're gonna be fed, you're gonna be housed. Lord gonna have you like when you kept, you ain't gonna have no MOTB in your body.
And elaborate on your point, because the hopeful elect, all the hopeful elect is gonna do exactly what the word says. The Lord said, don't worry about what you shall eat, don't worry about what you shall put on the clothes. Fair word. He said, look at the word. They don't have a job or anything like that. He said, but I'm being him. So how much more of you? And that's the spirit of the Holy Spirit is gonna be in. We're not gonna worry about it because we know through the spirit, through faith. And how about y'all die gonna be? Just like I said.
Forward to that, man. Forward to it. Keep our faith back. That's what we first. Like how this messed up, bro. Around. Got army rations. They done raided some military base. Breaking down other hopeful things, and they over there starving. We don't know who was who at that time.
And a personal testimony of mine, cause I always had cause I always want to make sure I make it to the camp. So just I can be out here and prophesize with my brothers, right? And there would be such situations where it seems like I'm not gonna be able to make it. But every single time, y'all about to be out top, find a way for me to make it to camp. So just based off of that, to let me know, like that increased my faith right up top. Because how about you outside gonna provide a way every single time. Every time. No matter what. All you gotta do is believe, man.
He said he ain't gonna tell you what you there, but make a way for you to escape.
Woo! That's beautiful precept, Bob.
There ain't more precepts. So with that being said, you know, it's been edifying. We're going to pray the word too.
Oh,
Hashem, that was God, by Hashem, guys.
Shalom.
Kwam Yashrala, baby. Hey, shalom to our Akim Akum coming board. Hey, stay locked in, baby.